Hey there, it's Sandra. Welcome to DIYs at the Schwowin's Nest. I've got a couple of brand new Christmas in July projects for you. I hope you love them. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I'd love it if you could hit that red button and stick around a while. Let's get right into project number 1. I printed this design off on tissue paper and I will have it available on my website as a free printable for you. And I just used my paintbrush with a little bit of water and went around the areas that I wanted to tear it. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just going to take it off in pieces and put it where I want it to be on this frame. This frame has been repurposed at least 3 or 4 times. This is the last time I'm doing it with this one. I painted everything white and now I'm going to just decoupage this tissue paper all around the edges. And I'm just going to create a really fun design, something a little unique. Most of my projects today, actually probably all of them, are a little bit more unique, something that you would never see probably in the stores or online. I just wanted to do something totally different for Christmas in July. I'm using Mod Podge to attach the tissue paper to the frame, and I just like to use my fingers to just go over the tissue paper gently, make sure that it is stuck down. And if you're really lucky, if you've got some wrinkles, you'll be able to pick it up very gently and just reposition it. Then I'm going to go over the top of it with some more Mod Podge, making sure that I use a very light touch because I don't want to smear any of the ink. I'm letting the Mod Podge dry, and anything that's hanging off the edge, I'm going to deal with that later. Now I'm going to add this one to the bottom corner, and I just wanted to make this a little more whimsical, a little more fun. You can put the tissue paper wherever your heart desires, or you could create something like this. I just wanted this to be a really simple piece that you could display for the holiday season. I decided to take a really rough brush with a little bit of black paint and just gently distress the areas that are white. I'm going over the tissue paper as well, just to make it look a little bit more weathered. You can totally skip this step if you don't like the look of distressing. I had this greenery piece left over from a project last year, and I don't know about you guys, but I tend to take my projects apart and use the greenery and things for other projects, new projects. I added this little black and red gingham bow on the top. I think that looks adorable. But I took a look at this frame and I decided that that stark white interior was not going to cut it. So I decided to take a few more of these little pieces of printed tissue paper and add some into the inside. Again, just creating more of a whimsical Christmas look. This is how it turned out. I hope you like it. Like I said earlier, it's a little different, but I really love how it turned out. I'd like to thank OLM LMO for sending me this brushless cordless drill. I'm not sure if that's how you say their name, but I couldn't pronounce it, so I just decided to do it that way. I love that this drill comes in a hard plastic case. It makes such a difference because everything just fits in there so nicely, and it also has this little compartment at the top. This is perfect for housing all of your little bits and baubles that you need with a drill. Before you start using any power tool, make sure you read the instructions so you understand how it works. This is the little packet of accessories, and here's the drill. It's actually quite lightweight, only weighs 1.8 pounds, and that's with the battery. The battery is a regular 21 volt. On the end here, you can see how much power is in the battery with those little lines. And I'm just looking for where to plug it in, and that's where it is right there. This is handy. Sometimes some battery chargers come with a big contraption that you have to plug it into, but just having the power like this makes it so convenient. Now let's take a look at the accessories that are included. You get a bunch of different ones. First of all, you get these driver bits. There's that star one, I'm not sure what it's called, and then there's some Phillips and some slots, which are the flathead screwdrivers. Then you get a socket attachment here. I don't normally use that, but I think it will come in handy at some point. And when I saw this little curved thing, at first I was really confused and I thought, what the heck is that? But it's really neat because you can go around corners to drill things in and not drill, I guess, but to screw things in with your screwdriver. You're going to put your little attachment in there and then it's going to bend and give you the ability to go around corners and fit into some tight spaces. So this is going to be a fun tool to experiment with. The next pieces are some spade drill bits. I really like that these were included because they are very handy to use for when you need larger holes. And I'm going to be showing you how to use all of these in just a couple of minutes. Then there's some silver drill bits, and those I believe look like they might be for metal. And then we've got some gold ones, which are for wood. If you like having all of your tools organized and in one place, then this is perfect. The case with the little spaces on the top will allow you to carry everything you need all together in one spot. I had the battery charging for a few minutes, so I'm just going to show you how you can see whether it is charged. You're going to be pressing that orange button at the bottom there, and that will tell you how much charge it has. So we've got 3 green bars here. That's good to do just a little bit of work with it. This is a countersink drill bit, which means that it has the angle on it. And what it's going to do is create the hole that you need, at least the starter hole. And it's also going to give a little bit of wider space on the outside. So this is useful when you want your screw to lay flat in the wood and you don't have to really push to get it all the way in. Next, I'm going to show you one of the spade bits. They fit in here very nicely. These are actually a little on the shorter side, which is also very handy for just some small spaces. This one, I believe, is the 1/2 inch that I'm using, and the little spike at the front helps the drill to start, and then the side pieces make a bigger hole than you would normally get. I think this drill is perfect for people who can't hold on to heavy things. I am one of them. With it being less than 2 pounds, it's really easy to maneuver and change out all of the different bits and pieces. And I think it's something that us as women could have our own tools, and then we don't have to try using our husbands. I know my husband's drill is really heavy and I can't use that. So I'll be taking this up to my cottage and using it there quite a bit. It is available on Amazon, and I'll have the link for you down in my description box. For this next project, I'll be using this old baking tin, which is a loaf pan, and this board that, again, I have used probably at least 3 or 4 times. And this is going to be the final project for this board. I took it out to my garage and I used some 80 grit sandpaper to get all of the paint and get it right down to its natural color. And of course, I am now painting it. I think it would look really great also stained, but for the vision that I had for this board, I decided to paint it white. I'm just using regular latex paint and giving it a couple of coats. I also took the tin outside and gave it a spray of some car paint, which is sort of a charcoal gray. It had a really nice rustic look to it, but there were some stains on it that I thought, "Nah, I would just like to make it look a little bit fresher." And now I just used an awl to poke 2 holes in on either side. Now with the holes ready to go, I'm going to use the drill as a driver and I'm going to just screw it right into my cutting board down at the bottom. So I want to create this cutting board with a design on it, and then I want to use the baking tin at the bottom and just fill it with different things to dress it up. You could really have a lot of fun with this. It could even be a gift for someone. You could put the gingerbread recipe right into it. There's just so many things that you can do with a project like this. Again, I printed off my design on some tissue paper and I'm cutting it apart because I want it to fit a little bit differently. Now, I can't give you this one because I got it off of Creative Fabrica, but I will leave the link for it in my description box for you as well. Now you're probably thinking, oh my gosh, she's using the purple school glue on a white background. Well, you know what? This really does dry completely clear. You don't even notice it anymore. And the reason I'm doing this is because I did not want to use Mod Podge. There's a lot of red ink on this paper, and red seems to be the color that bleeds the most. So I'll just continue adding all of my pieces on, and then I'm going to take a small brush with Mod Podge and just make sure I get around all of the edges and blend those right into the white paint. Now I'm adding some different embellishments to it. I took some of this burgundy and white twine, which fit the colors of my print perfectly. And now I'm going to be just adding a couple of cinnamon sticks in here. I thought that would just be so much fun. A little bit of greenery, a little bit of red berries. And you can see I also added some of the green leafy stuff from the other project onto the edges. And I think that really tied everything together. So let's take a look at the finished product and let me know what you think. I hope you enjoyed these two projects. They were a lot of fun to make, even though it is so hot outside. I hope you enjoyed all of my Christmas in July. Soon I'll be moving into the next season. Plus, I'll have some regular decor for you as well. Bye for now.